I thought we were recording.
No, no, sorry. Yeah, I'll just intro later, or whatever. So what they would do is they would first of all the DJs had to get two records of the same,
Hmm.
right? Of the same song. They would find the break beat, see how long it would go for, and then so it would go like the only I have this beat in my head, right? So it would go dum 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 dum
Hmm.
dum 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 dum, right? And then they would have to queue up the next record so it could keep on going. So dum 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 dum. Let's just say that's how far it would go. So it go dum 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 dum, which is like nothing now with technology. But back then to do that was like a what the fuck, you know?
Right.
This shit is going on forever. So that was one of the little magic tricks, you know what I mean? Um, but only certain DJs, there was only a certain amount of DJs out because not everybody could afford the equipment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, because it was the mixer, the turntables, the speakers, you know what I mean? You had to
The
like
whole
come into
gig.
some money, like someone, some rich uncle, you know, that owed you money or
An
something, you know?
inheritance.
Something, dude.
Uh,
So there wasn't a lot of them out, you know what I mean? And for people listening, we're talking about how I'm trying to find the similarities in the SoundCloud era of rappers, how there was like an abundance of rappers coming out, you know what I mean? And how it let the world know like you can do this. Like if you were thinking about doing this, you could do this too. So going back, right? There was a famous blackout in the summer, right, in New York, like sometime in the 70s.
right.
So there's a blackout. Boom, the whole city goes dark, right, at night, dark, blackout. So then the people started fucking breaking into stores and
Mm.
everything.
Doing the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. And some of these guys that were into music, they're like, "Oh shit!" They started getting the turntables. They started getting all the equipment. So then the next day, whatever, been restored. Hey, look, fucking DJ so and so is gonna be performing at the park now. Like, oh shit, and oh look at this other DJ, special DJ with the 4 plus more or whatever. And like, damn, there's a lot of fucking groups out now. So now almost everybody was a
DJ.
DJ because the equipment was just like, So now it's like, damn, anybody could do. Well, the people that had the equipment before were basically like, what the fuck? Now anybody can do this.
Right.
But of course, yeah, there was a lot of sucky ass DJs out there, but there was also some good ones. Can I name them? No. But you know what I mean? Sí te sé la historia de hip hop, pero you know, I'm a certain age too where I'm like, huh? Like what? Like I get the idea of it and stuff, and I do appreciate it. And I love it. It raised me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it doesn't stick, then you know, I'm not gonna guilt myself into.
Listening to it and.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But again, that docu series that I was telling you,
Mhm.
there's this docu series about hip hop that lets you know like from the beginnings until like the early 2000s. If you guys want to check it out, um, it's called Hip Hop Evolution. I hope they haven't gotten rid of it either because it was really good and very thorough.
I mean, if it a Netflix original or just a.
Yes, yes, I believe so. I saw that shit like twice.
Twice.
Yeah, cause I'm telling you, not everything sticks up here, but I do care. I want to know. But yeah, long ass intro. Welcome everybody to the Puras Pendejadas podcast. I am Rob D, your host, and I have a very special guest with me today. Everybody, please help me welcome, and I'm gonna call you by your artist name, El Rico Suave, to the show.
Yo, how's it
Um,
going, everyone?
Thank you for being here, man. So I know you're here to promote. You said you have an EP dropping soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a EP dropping later on in or the towards the end of February. Just about 5 6 songs,
Hmm.
just to see get a little taste of what the Rico Suave experience is.
Yeah, man, this shit is dope, man. And where is it gonna be available at or what?
I'm gonna have it available everywhere.
Yeah,
Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify,
nice,
YouTube, the whole nine.
nice, nice. Um, I wanted to start off by also, man. So you were one of the artists that was supposed to perform at Energy Fest,
Yes.
and I commend you so much, man, because I really do appreciate and I respect your work ethic. You would always show up. You would always we'd have rehearsals and you were always there, man. And I'm like, God damn, man, this guy, like, it just shows, you know what I mean? You, like what I was telling you earlier, like, you don't talk about it as much as you just show it. You know what I mean? So you would, hey, I would tell everybody, like, hey, and whatever, but not throwing shade to anybody that couldn't make it. But, and it helps that you live really close to. But yeah, man, you were always there. Hey, and you were always here, dude. And I really do commend you, even though you couldn't be in the show.
Yeah.
Like, like, man, I like, I was like, man, and I was super excited to see you there and stuff. But um, I commend you, dude, because we all have our own lives. Sometimes it's not easy to show up. Sometimes, things get in the way or whatever. But that dedication, man, I really do respect it, man. I really do respect it, and I mean, there's gonna be more. You know what I mean? There's gonna be more, but you ended up getting sick, huh?
Yeah, I ended up getting a cold, and I. It was funny because I ended up seeing Accurate at Walmart because I went to go pick up some tomato soup
Yeah,
to bring over to everybody else who was already sick. Bro, I was like, oh,
yeah,
nah.
yeah. He told me that night. He's like, "Hey, man, I saw Rico. He was all sick." I was like, "Yeah, he's not gonna make it." And you let me know that day, right?
Right.
That morning.
Because what happened was my brother had gotten sick first,
Yeah,
and we're a very close family, so we're always together, even if like, I mean, we just got done with COVID about 2 weeks ago now. So,
damn.
but you know, he ended up getting sick, and then the next morning, which was the day of the show,
Yeah.
I was like toronco, loud, my throat was burning, bro, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to sing, bro.
Nah, nah, and the way things are right now, man. If you are not feeling good, just stay home, man, because you never know. I think we ended up getting COVID. No, no, miento. I didn't get COVID. My sister got COVID, and we ended up getting sick though. Yeah, I ended up getting bronchitis.
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, shortly after. Yeah, around that same. I think the weekend after, 2 weeks after, something like that. But yeah, dude. I wasn't as let down because I understood. You know what I mean? I was more like fuck it. At least I know, cause you know how this shit goes, man. Planning shit like this, it's not easy.
No.
We went a few months, you know, trying to organize everything and getting people together, and then we would have a batch of people, and then
People will
another
leave.
batch of people, and but hey, man, it is what it is, and we just got to stay on it, and there will be more. Um, you were asking me if I was working on music currently, and I'm not. I stay in the gym. You know what I mean? But right now that's my main goal is to find a spot because I don't think we're gonna have it there no more.
Oh, shh.
Yeah,
Damn, and honestly, I was really when we were first doing when well, because it wasn't so cold when we first started doing it. So we were out there, and I was like, oh man, the stage is gonna be so. I've never been on a stage like this. Honestly, I was thinking of like jumping, of doing like all this other
ah, man,
stuff. So
I was so excited. I was so looking forward to seeing you, man.
um, oh man, but the spot's no longer the spot, huh?
Nah, nah, man. I mean, you could see it in the video. I called to attention for a thing that we had already asked for during my performance. Um, and they're just like they weren't receptive and shit. And it is what it is, man. That's why these fucking venues they don't last.
They
You know
don't
what I mean?
stand the test of time, bro.
Nah, man. So hey, man, if they don't care, and it's fine, no hard feelings, but fuck them. I just play. Nah, No, but it's like if we're giving a certain amount of respect and a you know attention to certain things and it's not what's the word like reciprocated and shit,
Hmm.
then we don't have to be there. And as a matter of fact, we're not. You know what I mean?
Because and then at the end of the day, I mean, if you really look at it, we're bringing in people because these aren't people that normally
Yeah.
come to your bar or come to
Nah.
your venue or wherever it is, you know.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're just losing out yourself on business. I mean,
Yeah, man. And the thing is that we're starting right now. So if they ask, because they would ask me like, how many people are you gonna bring in? I'm like, I don't know, man. This is the first one. Like, I can't tell you. There's no way to know. And they're like, so I get how they were, a little light,
skeptical.
like not taking it, not even skeptical, just not taking it serious. You know what I mean? And there's not even a lot to take serious. But as you could tell, I don't know if you were able. Well, you saw the clips and stuff of the
Yeah.
performances,
So
right? We weren't on that stage, and that was a.
yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna ask. I was kind of thinking, well, it's because it's cold. They told
It
us.
was cold as fuck. It was cold as shit. But that's one of the many miscommunications that there was. There was a lot of last minute, last second switch ups. But luckily, it didn't affect anybody's performance and everything went well at the end. And that's where it's just like, okay. I think it's more like me coordinating everything. I have to make mental notes because it's stressful,
Hmm.
and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like it's gonna be stressful. So communicating with the venue, making sure that we have the equipment, making sure we have your guys' tracks, making sure we have you guys. And you know how we did it. We got everybody together. Tips and tricks here. What if you do this? So there's a lot that goes into it. We're not treating this like just show up and
Pura shiripara.
yeah, it's just like nah,
Yeah.
man. We're taking this shit serious and everybody that was involved, I think got that message. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Really understood where me and Accurate were coming from, and that's it. That's it. We just a little bit of care, sprinkle in a little bit of care and organizing it and then performing. I don't have a lot of what do you call it? Um, experience in performing, so that's something else that I have to. But again, I'm taking all this onto myself. Like I'm aware of the challenges that I'm putting myself through, but because I want it, you know what I mean? I want to do it. So um, it's just yeah, man. I really wish you were there, but I'm already on it. I'm on that. That's my priority right now. Finding another spot, and I think
Jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it. I'm not
You
even
got
gonna
some wood
say.
somewhere around here?
I don't know. Somewhere. Aquí me. Este. Yeah. I'm hoping I found something. You know what I mean? And hopefully we'll see if it works out. If not, I gotta keep on looking. I already set the deadline to this spring, so it's gonna happen. But I need to do that.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, I'm not gonna move on it. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, you blink and the spring is already here.
Yeah.
You know? So I gotta give us enough time to like who's gonna participate. Are we gonna add people? Are we gonna remove people? What's up with these new people?
Getting everybody to get together to practice, make sure that
Yeah.
we're on top of our shit. Because I mean, when you're at those venues, it's
Yeah.
just back and forth. Like you got to know
Yeah.
what you're doing. There's no time for
Yeah.
fuck ups. It's just boom, get
Yeah.
down to it.
Yep. And I think that's what helped us out a lot too is that everybody knew. Everybody knew the game plan. Everybody understood what they were gonna do, this and this. We had to tweak a little thing here and there, but then all the other practice paid off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It all paid off, and it's like, all right, cool. And only us that were involved know what the changes were. So it's not like the people were like, what the fuck?
yeah.
It was just like, whatever, man, enjoy. But yeah, Energy Fest coming soon. Hopefully in the spring. Um,
Hopefully,
yeah,
in the spring,
in the spring.
bro.
Yeah, I like your attitude, man. That's another thing too, man. It's good to have you around because, we would talk. Most of the time it'd be me, you, and Accurate, and it's just like certain things are like, yeah, this and then you would like assertively say like, no, like va pasar, güey. You know what I mean? Like, or like, nah, do this and do that, and like, nah, man, you're right, you're right. That's a good attitude to have. It's just, it's good to have people around because sometimes well, it is draining. You
Yeah.
know, it's fucking draining, man, because we're living our lives and shit, and then going through all this and then add that, and it's like, God damn it, man. And it's just like the little carelessness things that I don't appreciate from other people. It's like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna mess with you no more. You know, and you're gonna kick yourself in the ass because according to Rico, this shit's gonna be the yeah the shit. You know what I mean? That's why I put this up. That way people are aware. Like, oh, that's
This.
what it was. Like, no, yeah, motherfucker. Like this needs to exist, and I'm not alone. You know what I mean? But so tell them a little bit about yourself, man. Like, how did you? And we should have started recording earlier.
Yeah.
But like, so when did you start making music?
uh, I started making music towards the end of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, or yeah, that's when I first started actually writing. I didn't really release anything, just trying to see what I could do. Because initially, when I first wanted to make music, I was always into rock, and I wanted to be in a band, do the whole shindig, rock star. But nobody is dedicated to be a part of a group, of a collective.
Right, right.
So what came around, hip hop is a thing, that everybody's listening to. That's what's everything that's out there, and it's just you yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just kind of started writing a little bit here and there, and learning how to freestyle, which still not
Oh,
one of my fortes,
I'm
but
with you on that one, man. I
uh,
don't give a shit about that. No, but so you're more of just a all around music guy, right? Because
yeah.
you mentioned you were doing rock before. Is that like your foundation? Like you grew up listening to that?
For the most part, because of my older brother and my cousins.
Hmm.
But majority of the time, I was always listening um, to Mexican music.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
A lot of that. I mean, it's very pleasant, or you could actually it's present within some of my writings,
Hmm.
because I kind of hint references to some of those older songs that I grew up with.
Yeah.
But for the most part, rock was the because I can't sing like those guys can. Those guys are
Yeah,
on
yeah.
some next, like, gotta know how to sing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, I kind of like I kind of had thought that I had a better voice in English, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start singing along to these songs.
Yeah.
In high school, when I first started actually getting into like actual, music, well, actual music, because that's when I actually picked up a guitar for guitar class, started learning a couple of chords, learned a couple of songs.
Mm.
Even would do concerts for the school.
Nice.
So I always like the instrument aspect.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and the way that well, they're not really, because rap is cadence, and in rock, I guess it's just why it's singing. I guess I don't really know what it.
Melody?
Yeah, melody,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's actually where I kind of want to get like my style to be a lot more
Mm.
melodic, where it's more like, I'm kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the melody. It's a very important thing. It's the catchy part. Um so yeah, that's interesting. That's right. So you grew up listening to mostly, so what type of Spanish Mexican music?
Well, my mom was very into like the bandas.
Mm.
So a lot of it, I remember even going to where she would drop me off at high school.
Mhm.
Her playing like Julian Alvarez or
Oh,
Banda El Recodo,
yeah.
doing that whole thing, and I'm just like, man, these songs are pretty dope.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude. Nice.
and I remember also, I mean, I was a really big fan of Romeo Santos and
Okay.
Prince Royce. And I remember one time I was in class, where I was like just listening to my music,
Yeah.
and there was this guy who was just sitting next to me. He's like, "What are you always listening to?" Again, and back then I would dress like a rocker, always in black, uh, rock band, My Chemical Romance, more emo, I guess you would say, more than.
Okay.
And then I'm like, oh, here, and then over here I'm listening to Dame un beso por Prince Royce, and he's like, bro, how are you? He looked at me like, how are you dressed like this, and how are you not moving? And I'm like, pues,
I am on the inside.
yeah, I'm having a party, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's cool, man, and I think that's more common than we think, than we expect. You know what I mean? Cuz like growing up, I listened to like all this different shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and if you really get to talk to people, like everybody's, the same. I think it's just because like when we're young, it's like this and that's it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So for like I remember when I was young, I hated country.
no,
I couldn't stand it, dude. But then as I'd say, as the time passed, I got to like appreciate it
right.
because I would hear people talk about it. I think yeah, I was at this job once, and um this coworker, she would listen to the country station,
Hmm.
and I'm looking at her like, the fuck, like this is what we're gonna listen to? And she's like, oh man, I love country so much, and I'm like, why do you like it? Like, what about it? Like, do you like? And then she started, saying how it makes you feel and this and that, and it could be high, it could be low, and then but then I was like, huh, and then we would hear them, and I would kind of like how I was telling you earlier, like listening like with a purpose now,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, like this music actually makes you feel too. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I couldn't get past the twang,
Oh my,
and the I'm in my truck and drinking
my
beers.
my big green tractor.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't necessarily like it, but okay. And then little by little, like I appreciated it.
Mhm.
And then we would go like to like family parties and stuff, and then they would play, I got friends,
Oh,
and I would just hear everybody jam out, and I'm like looking around, like I don't know this, but I kind of feel left out right now. I'm kind of wishing that I did know it. So
about to look the lyrics on.
yeah, for
I'm
real.
like,
For real. Hey Google. Play this shit. But yeah, dude, so it's just like, oh, okay, but um yeah, I learned to appreciate it. Do I hear it on my time off? Not really, but because before I hated it.
yeah.
I was like, fuck country. Yeah, like fuck, man.
I like Nyamu, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just
Exactly. That's another thing too. My daughter likes that song.
oh
So she would walk around, she would sing, and I'm like, yeah, I
yeah,
gotta.
don't sing that, please.
No, no, no. I was like mean. I was like, yeah, dude, you need to keep an open mind. And I was
Oh,
like, yeah, cause she loves. She's tiny with her little voice singing. So yeah, man, I think that's cool, man. That's cool that and you stuck to your roots if you think about it. You know what I mean? Cause from like getting to know you and stuff, you're very attached to like your Mexican side too. You know, like you said, you grew up listening to
yeah.
Mexican music, but also you would listen to rock. So it's like that's cool because a lot of people, especially growing up here,
Hmm.
a lot of people are almost like ashamed of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not, it's Hernandez. You know what I mean? It's like no way,
Nah, bro, Hernandez.
it's Hernandez way, no mames. But that's cool, man. That's cool to know to see that. You know what I mean? It's like no, I listen to this and I listen to that. It's like yeah, there's a lot of people that
And it's all, I like to listen to music that's good, bro.
exactly.
No matter it's reggae, reggaeton, if we're listening to rock, rap, you name it. I'm into, like, if it's pleasant to my ear,
Yeah.
I fucks with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And one of the things that I gotta so you said you started making music around 2016 and you were saying it was the SoundCloud era, right?
Yeah.
And I think you're a really good example of what that era how that era impacted um music making period because I don't think it's just hip hop.
No, yeah, because I mean, with the once the SoundCloud generation came into play,
Right.
you started seeing a lot more people doing indie rock.
Yeah.
You started seeing a lot of more people taking advantage of doing EDM, of
Yeah.
doing the whole nine.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just opened a door for everybody to be, you know,
Yeah,
out there.
try it out. You know, see what happens. You know what I mean? It's so easy. You know that I think that's what that era um gave birth to. You know what I mean? And I think you're a really good example of when it falls into good hands, because another thing too that I really respect about you is that you like invest in yourself. You know what I mean? You are like you have your own studio, and you I don't want to say you did build your own studio, like not literally, but casi literally.
So,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the only thing you didn't build was the fucking
And
the
shed, yeah,
structure.
yeah.
But like everything else you built, everything else you made, everything else, and you're still adding on to it and trying to figure out. And I told you, remember when I told you, I was like, man, I'm like good jealous. You know, but I think the word is inspired. You know what I mean? Pero para que entiendas esta bola de
Yeah.
pendejos,
That-
it's like cuando te dan celos, but like in a good way, you know? But and I was just like, wow. And you were just like, yeah, man, it's just me. And I'm like, what? So like, talk about what led you to do that, because that's ballsy.
I was I, I was working on a song,
Mm.
and back then that same corner where the actual booth is at,
Yeah,
I would just have it covered with going with the foam padding, and then I got foam paddings for the top. So I
yeah,
wouldn't get that echo.
yeah,
But because the way that the shed was built, it
yeah,
had that giant gap that runs between it.
yeah,
Every time I would yell or had to do like something, you could hear in the track the reverb
yeah,
from that. So I was like, no, that's not gonna.
yeah.
The,
So let the people know, right? Like you basically you have a shack, like a big shack, like a like a
but
good
really, a
size.
good size
It's a
shed.
really
Yeah.
good size shack, and I don't want to say you gutted it because according to you, that's how it came, right? It was gutted. It was just the
Yeah,
fucking
just to show the no, there was no drywall, no
right. No
insulation,
insulation.
no floor.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up actually my mom, bro. God, thanks, mom. She helped me out, bro. I fucked some, bro. She helped me put the floor. She helped me finish up doing the drywall itself. There was this giant piece that we had to, the both of us kind of fucking take it up there, bro. I mean, you've seen my mom, little
Yeah.
itty bitty thing, having to fucking take that thing
That shit's
out to me.
crazy, man. Like the floor, like they put floor, like actual, like it's no joke. It's like I walk in there and it feels like I'm in your room. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like you walk into like a display one at Home Depot or something, and it's like, like this doesn't look cozy.
Yeah,
So you added a lot. You know what I mean? And I think when we have met, you had just built the booth, right?
yeah. I had just gotten it done.
Yeah, and it's no joke. It's no fucking joke, man. And so so okay, so you started um messing around with like music, right? How did before the shack, before everything, what was your first like how do I say it? Your first time like trying out to make music? Like what did you have? Where did you do it?
It was well, we were me and a friend were hanging out,
Hmm.
and it was right after work, and we were both kind of like, well, I guess like into music,
Yeah.
could say, but he was telling me, oh, anybody can do it, like, and he kind of talked me into it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have a like for music. There's something that I've wanted to do. I've always considered myself to be a little bit of an or try to be an entertainer.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, and he actually was the one who taught me how to rap and stuff. And I remember, experiment like we would go to parks at night and listen to like beats. Like he would just put random beats, and he'd always try to make me rap to like X
Oh yeah.
Tentacion beats, because he's like, if you could rap to this, you could rap to anything.
Oh shit, man,
and
that's
I'm
crazy.
and I'm like, still I can't rap over an X beat though. So obviously I can't rap over everything.
It's like little did you know that's not true. Nah, that's cool. So in the car, you guys would just like jam out in the car?
Yeah, we just kind of jam out in the car. Sometimes we'd actually take we would go to a park
Mm.
at like 11 midnight, close to, and drinking the in the park and have like a little speaker and just go like
Yeah.
go to this, Rico, go do
Yeah.
this, do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean that was my first time actually experimenting, like actually saying anything. And back then, I mean, I would just say kind of like stupid stuff, like very.
I still do. It's all right. It happens.
it nah, but after that I kind of when I actually started like working with it, it wasn't until I had actually left the place that I was working at because I started working for a telemarketing company.
Mhm.
So from there, I was able to get a little bit more money.
Mhm.
I ended up buying myself a laptop
Mhm.
and then ended up doing work from there,
Mhm.
and eventually worked up to buying like one of those, what is it, the Blue Yeti mics.
Mm.
So, and I was like, okay, like gonna try this. And I mean, all the songs that I made using that are, they're on SoundCloud, but they're privated out because I mean I mean
Yeah.
it's a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
And if you don't really know what you're doing,
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of, it's not the best quality.
Yeah.
But
You gotta start somewhere.
yeah, um,
And then what? You were in your room?
yeah. The back then, yeah, I used to live in the house,
Mhm.
and we had the room that I was in had a little kind of like I guess you would say a walk-in closet without
Mhm.
without any doors or anything like that. It was just kind of like you walk in, da da da.
Okay.
So same same thing. Since then, I was like foam padding, da da
Nice.
da, and I put a little shelf
Yeah.
just so I could have the mic there, and like it was like such a small space. It was like about the size of the chair and like here. So that's all the space that I used to have,
Oh shit.
and I'd be cramped up in there, and well, eventually, I ended up moving out of my parents' house for a while.
Yeah.
Then I ended up coming back and I took over my little sister's room.
Mm.
And at that point, well, the room was too small and we had to start working from home.
Yeah.
So, it just kind of got too cramped. And I was like, well, I've always wanted the shed since I was at that other job because now I'm working at a different place, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, and, I ended up going for like the shed itself and built it to what it is now.
Yeah, man. That thing is like. I remember when I first saw it, I was like super. And again, it's like it wasn't even. It was just like very inspiring, dude. Because it's like there's no. I don't want to say. Well, in my head, right?
Right.
From my point of view, there's no going back from that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that's an investment, and then you let me in, and I was like, holy shit! Like, yeah, this guy's serious. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, cool. And I think it's cool to be around that, because shit, you're the reason why I have that AC over there.
True.
Because like I told you, I was like, I need to get one of these, because it was, I was like, I'm in the garage, and it might not help as much, but you just opened that part of my mind to like, oh, like,
I agree that AC helped out a lot. You remember when we were practicing, bro? My head was like drenching in sweat. That.
yeah, dude, it was in the middle of the summer. Actually, um, I was going through footage and stuff, and I have the footage of that day when we recorded. Yeah, I just gotta edit it a little bit, and then I'll post it up, man.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So me and Rico, well, he had me on a song. He wanted to work together and stuff. So we have a song out. If you guys haven't heard it, it's called "I'm Disgusted," right?
Right.
So if you look up "I'm Disgusted" by El Rico Suave, right?
Right.
Featuring Rob D. It's really cool, man. It was really fun. Um, I fucked up the first time, and I was hell bent on not wasting anybody's time. So when we went back, I made sure I took care of things because
Took care of
yeah,
business.
yeah, man. It was I hadn't been in. I didn't know how much. And I was telling accurate. I didn't know how much being in a booth was gonna affect me, man. I hadn't been in a booth in a long time, and I don't know. I think it was that. Plus, I had some other stuff in the back of my mind too.
Oh, and it was freshly done too, bro. So the smell of cocking was not
Oh yeah.
was not gonna help the brain, bro. When you guys left, I was like, I wonder why they didn't say anything, bro. I was like,
No, I think I was just too in my mind. I was too in my mind, and then that, and it was the whole like, whoa, like this is cool. It was cool, but I just kept on thinking like, this is cool. Oh yeah, I'm here to record. That, and then like I'm so used to doing everything myself that it was liberating, but it got weird for me too. Cause like just to tell you like, all right, go. I don't have to do anything. Like I'm so used to like, you
having
know,
and right now it's kind of worse because if by being by yourself, right?
yeah,
I have to put like
yeah.
the beat, like okay, I have to take it like 10 seconds that way I could run in, have a comfortable time putting this on so I could start. So it's
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just like, and again, I didn't know how much that was gonna affect me, but it fucked me up. That, along with like some other shit, I was just like, man, and I was like, I felt like I wasted your time. You know what I mean? I mean, we got to get to know each other. 'Cause I think that was the first time we met, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that was the first time we met, and then I think Accurate got there later. Yeah, he
yeah.
got there later, and then I think yeah, we got next time around. I was like, nah, I got this. I know what I got to do. I got home, kicked myself in the ass so many times, man. And yeah, and then that second time when we met up, Accurate had the camera on. That's when he caught everything. But yeah, I'll go. I'll be posting that soon too. Um, it was fun. That was really fun. But again, man, I think what I take from you and what I think, and then also to see you, because I had never seen you perform. And when you would show up to the rehearsals, I liked your energy, man. It was very liberating. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I heard some of your songs, but what I noticed with everybody involved is that you could hear someone's songs, but then when they perform it, it's different. It has a different
Uh,
feel.
Feel.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what I got from yours. I was like, wow. I think even Trey was like, I like him. You know, like you were rehearsing, and one of the times when we went to the spot,
He called me Post Malone.
yeah, he's like, I like this, man. And then you have a song where you just rap in Spanish, and then he's like, I don't know what he's saying, but I love this shit, man. So you just give off a really good vibe, man. You give off a really good vibe, and you you're just hungry for it. You know what I mean? I could just tell like when me and Accurate would talk to you, it's just like you just want to like soak it all in, and then just to know that you've been doing this alone the whole time. Like you don't have like a I don't want to say a crew. I mean music wise, right? You don't have like a crew. You don't have like anybody helping you. Like you said, you have a booth. You have to press record, walk into the booth, lay it down, then come back out, and then stop.
Yeah.
So that is very commendable, dude. To just you're you're hell bent on like I'm gonna do this, you know?
If there's a will, there's a way, bro.
Yeah, dude. And you know what I mean? I do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like shout out to the production crew, me. Like no, but I have nobody else. But like I don't say that to have people feel sorry for me. I just like to be able to show like if I could do it, anybody can do it, dude. Like I have my setup. Like me and Accurate record music here. I learned how to engineer, from the school of YouTube. Um,
YouTube University, the
yeah,
best.
dude. And it's just like everything you hear from me that comes from me and the people too, it's all me. Me and Accurate now. But like as far as like hands-on stuff, equipment, everything, it's just like it's all me. So I related to that, man. When I met you, I was like, wow. But I guess it's just like really overwhelming because you're like,
Yeah,
you built everything. I'm like, and then at what time you said you lived in the shed or the studio?
yeah. I actually, I I wasn't there. I would put it away every time you guys would come over, but I had an inflatable bed
Yeah,
that I would like put up, and I would sleep there, and cause I mean, yeah, I get tired from recording. I'd be like, I don't want to go
yeah,
up to the up there, so I'm just gonna take a nap.
Yeah,
Real.
and you have a second level.
Well, yeah, actually, I just closed out. I just closed it. Closed off that the that little that area that
Yeah.
was open. So now it's a sec. It's literally a second floor instead of just a loft.
Yeah.
So and it put like some. I had somebody who put stairs in, and I was like, oof. So now I just kind of go. I have a bed up there, and I'm just like,
Wow, dude. Like you that's it. Like that's your room. You know what I mean? It's awesome. You have your own space, and I think that's important to let the people know that like no matter what, you can always carve out your own corner in the world somehow. You know what I mean? Cuz I think it's important to like of course what we do as creatives, we make music, but like I think anybody can like exercise that muscle, you know what I
mhm.
mean? Just give yourself your own little space and then just do whatever you want, man. I think a lot of people, I think that's why the world is so fucked up the way it is cuz like people are like so engulfed in like all the negative shit. It's like why don't you just go lock
Live
yourself
out
in
loud.
your room? You know what I mean? Why don't you go what do you like? You like to draw? Go get yourself some fucking go to Five Below.
Five,
You know? Get yourself some, you
some
know,
some crayons, some color pencils.
yeah, do watercolors and, you know, experiment and stuff. And I think that's why I'm so hell bent on like this shit is gonna work. You know what I mean? What I'm learning too is like the podcast is fun to do too. Especially because as I meet people, you know what I mean? I want to be able to show that we're here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cause like when I was looking to do music and stuff, I would like search like, well, what's going on? Like, what's the scene like? What's this?
Oh,
And nothing would come up, or like old footage would come up, and it was all negative. And I'm like, yeesh. Well, all
do
right.
do I want to do this?
Yeah, it's just like, well, I guess it's just me, myself, and I. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like nobody else out there. All right, cool. So now it's almost like I want to be the change that I want to see. You know what I mean? Like, and see how easy it is and how fun it is, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, bro, there's such a it is the worst gratification
Hmm.
after you complete a song, bro.
Yeah.
Like shit, bro. Like you like, I mean, not to be that guy, but I mean, you fucking made that shit, bro. And it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, man. It's it's really gratifying, man. And just to know that there's other people out there
mhm,
doing the same thing or looking for that.
right,
You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, like everybody wants to be famous and shit, but like there's other people out there searching for themselves, I guess. You know what I mean? Like searching for what do I do? I think I have this idea and this, and then once you link up with someone, and then someone else comes in, and then someone else, and then someone's like, oh shit, we can actually build something. You know what I mean? It's it 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 gives you something else to focus on. I know I've used it like that, like Energy Fest at the when while we were
mhm,
doing everything, it really helped me, you know, like through my personal stuff going on because I'm like, God damn it, this and this and this, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta, you know, I gotta get this guy's music, I gotta reach out to this person, oh, I gotta call this venue, I gotta do. So it was I was directing my energy towards something positive instead of just like sitting here, just like, yeah,
yeah, dwelling on something that you can't
they can't
control. Yeah,
control.
because I mean, you can't get somebody to send you, their audio files if they don't want to send them on when they're due, bro. You can't, get mad. You can't control the venue telling you, fuck off. We're not gonna see you anymore. You're not gonna do this. Like
Yeah, man.
it's.
Yeah, so it's just like, all right, cool. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to say there was more negative than positive.
Mhm.
It's everything is just learning.
Right.
It's a lot of learning, and there's a lot of like, okay, don't do it like this. No, don't do it like this either. No, don't do it like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, why am I creating more problems for myself? You know what I mean? You know, there was a few times where I'm like, I just want this shit to work out. Like, what's so hard about it? But it's just, it's part of the process, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but uh, always a lesson, never a loss, bro.
Exactly, dude.
That's
And that's what this taught me. Um, and again, it's the whole like, nah, like we're here. There's artists out here trying to figure this shit out and linking up and doing stuff and we want it to be known. You know what I mean?
hmm
And and that's a goal of me and Accurate. They're like, let's link up and show how cool, show the dope shit that we can make together when we link up and provide opportunities for other people. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of shows going on, man. Like recurring, and it'd be nice to have some options. You know,
yeah,
and then not really looking at it like competition at all. It's just like, you know, just a different.
a different taste.
Yeah, dude, just a different like I'm here and I'm over there and I'm over there and hopefully more pop up, man, and we can all link together and none of this like no you have to perform with me because you know what like nah man like this is just and I saw you really apply what we would do in rehearsals, you know what I mean, because we would give you some feedback and you take very well to like feedback,
hmm
you know what I mean, um and again that lets me know that like you really want this and you really want to learn, because we would just give you little tidbits,
Oh,
little
dude, that mic trick, bro, makes a hell of a fucking difference, bro.
yeah, and then I saw you post a video of you performing, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's doing the." I'm like, "Nice," and it actually looked good. And I was like, "Dope, man." 'Cause I remember you would tell me like, "Yeah, man, I've been practicing." I'm like, "Cool, man. Like that's it, you know." And it's just it's cool. It's cool to just to help. You know what I mean? Because I was telling you earlier, like me, I know me and Accurate, we didn't really have help,
Mhm.
so like to be able to like help people out, it's a good feeling because it's like, yeah, se siente medio culero, like not,
Not yeah, not knowing what to do.
yeah, or
Like
like, like what do I look like, or what do you think, or some positive constructive criticism,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's really cool, man. And but yeah, that's the goal with Energy Fest, and I like what you said, man. That's Energy Fest is something that's gonna grow. That's gonna take over, man.
we're gonna take over Sunland Park one day, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, that's the goal. And then just take it to different cities. You know what
hmm
I mean? Take it to different cities and because we really want this, man. So okay, so then you created your own space in the shed. Do you have like a name for it, like the studio, your room?
Honestly, 'cause my older brother's friend would always kind of like call it a cuck shed.
What the fuck?
So that's what I call it's the cuck shed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just that. So I mean,
Nice. So you've been there ever since, right? And you just added that second floor not that long ago, right?
right, it was probably like what
Or no, maybe it was.
3 months ago.
Yeah, because I remember we were FaceTiming once, and you're like, "Hey, check this out," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, yeah, that's right. So I had to, yeah,
Happened last year. Last year.
yeah, right, yeah, yeah. Nah, man, this shit's dope, man, and you have your own space, and it's really cool, man. It's really cool to see. Um, so you said, oh, do you have a name for the project?
Hang up.
Hang up.
Hang up. Yeah.
Nice,
It's basically gonna be well, some of the songs that I was gonna perform from Energy Fest.
nice.
And it's gonna be the whole concept about starting giving a little bit of a story, starting off with the whole love aspect. We got together, cool, da 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 da,
Yeah,
have some fun, and then next song, kind of progresses into the whole shit. It's time, it's done. Nothing is gonna fix it. Stop texting, stop doing this, stop calling. Just boom, just hang up the phone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, man, I really, like I said, I hadn't really heard your music until you showed up, and I really like your shit, man. It was really cool. That's why, like, when you're like, "Hey, let's work," I'm like, "Hell yeah!" It's easy call. Um, Cool. And then you said when you don't? Do you have a date or not yet?
I want to do it late February.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with being Valentine's month, the whole
Yeah.
shindig.
Yeah.
Um, but there's just a couple of little tweaks that I have to do.
Okay.
That's why. And well, the other thing, one of the things that's been dawing me the most, I can't come up with an album cover.
I was gonna ask you, do you have an album cover for it?
I ended up using one of those AI generator things to like do something, and I found something that I liked. That I'm like, can I legally use this, or am I gonna get
Yeah.
oh no, now you're getting sued for the picture, bro?
Oh,
Like,
because of the AI?
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm like, okay, pues, have to find something that I could use, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's and you said the hang up or just hang up?
No, just hang up.
Hang up, and that's because like relationship wise,
Yeah,
like ya cuélgale, no
yeah,
tú.
but I
Like,
see.
yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Um.
Honestly, one of my favorite lines from the whole from the whole EP is, uh, damn, I can't even remember it. Obviously, it's not my favorite one.
Nah, it's cool.
uh, 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 Vivi, déjame vivir.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That is, honestly, I remember hearing that song on the radio so many times, bro. Because back then we wouldn't have like we had some of the like the CDs and stuff like that, but it was always la radio, la Zeta, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
would play it, and I know that's honestly that song's a banger.
That's fucking cool, man. So okay, so hang up late February. Oh, another thing too, I wanted to commend you on was your activity on social media, dude. Your promo game is cool, man. It's consistent. I like that, man. I don't know if you've seen. There's this video floating around, from Tyler the Creator,
Hmm.
where he talks about how most artists like post whatever they have going on, and they just do one post. They'll post it on their stories, and then that's it. You know what I mean? And he's like, how do you expect people to catch wind of your shit if you do shit like that? And he goes on and said like my project that I released last year, I'm still
Promoting it.
promoting it. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And I see you doing that. You're not like you don't overdo it, and which is fine. I don't think there is a way to overdo promo. Like just get in people's faces, but very simple. You post your shit, and it's just very like consistent, and I appreciate that because I don't really see. Then again, I did declutter my profile too, so I don't follow as many people as I
Yeah.
do. Um, I was talking about that last time too. It's just I was just like, what am I doing? Like why am I following all these that, and then it influences your
Yeah. And no, honestly, I started honestly all of my on Instagram. I don't even see any of like it's rare that I see like my friends or like anybody on there anymore, bro. Meme page after meme page after meme page. I'm like, that one's fucking hilarious.
yeah, dude, and I know like everybody handles their social media a certain way,
Hmm.
and I mean it's everybody has a different point of view, and this of this tool that is social media, right? So I don't think there is a right or wrong way. If you want to not post on your stories or like only have a limited amount of posts, I see people do that too.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, cool, 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 like, but like I don't think and not you, right, but like other people should get offended if you don't gravitate towards their stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's just first of all, I'm trying to figure
Right.
my shit out. Like, is this too much? Is that too much? What are other people doing? And then just post a lot, post a little, post about this, post what else do you got going on, and you know what I mean. Um, but you have a very like balanced social media game, and it's very cool to see because you're consistent. Like I said, you're posting your shit, you're letting people know where they can listen to it, and this and that, and then that's it. Like you just fall back, and that's cool, man, because that shows like I'm trying to figure it out too. you know, like, hey, I got this going on over here. Like, don't forget. I think we get lost and like start posting like funny shit after funny shit after funny shit, and it's like, what is this guy? What does he do?
And honestly, I refrain myself from like posting a lot of like posts that I actually like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's only here and there that I do post one like that Malcolm in the Middle one that
Mm-hmm.
just gets you in the fucking heart.
Yeah.
uh, but I try to make sure that it's mainly for the music because I mean that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, of course, I have like pictures with my family enjoying things, but that's because if anything does happen, I mean, eventually everybody's gonna know who my family is. So I
Yeah.
mean, I want to make sure that everybody knows, hey, look, this is a united place.
Yeah.
We come from unity.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and then the rest is just if I'm doing a show, if I'm doing this. Recently, the start of this year is when I started kind of going ham on the advertising on my story because I'm like, my music is good.
Yeah.
Um, there's no reason why people shouldn't listen to it. I mean, of course, if it's not your taste, it's not your taste. I get it. But there's no reason why that it shouldn't have more traction than it does. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
and
And no, go ahead. Go ahead.
and that's one of the things that I saw over the last well, since I started doing everything, I'm not I don't post a lot when it comes to it, so people don't know. I can't get mad that I'm not well known if people don't know that I'm doing it.
Exactly, dude. I think everybody consumes social media on different times. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
we're so used to doing it whenever we do it that we assume everybody does it when we do it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That, and then like someone like you, let's say like you post something, right?
Hmm.
I'll go through my feed. You post something at whatever time, right? Like let's say in the morning.
Right.
Then I get on after work or whatever. I'm going through my shit. I never see your shit. You know what I mean? Now you feel a type of ways because it's like, well, how come he didn't like my fucking post? Me and Rob are cool. I was on his podcast, or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, and it's like, I haven't even fucking like it hasn't even come across, man. Like, you know what I mean? And
The algorithms.
yeah, dude, and that's what I'm telling you. Like, that's what I realized a few months ago that I'm like, what? Okay, why am I getting all this nonsense? Not even nonsense. It was like nonsense and like stuff that I'm just not interested in. And I'm like, let me look at what the hell, like, because I don't really know it that good either. I didn't know that, like, this is funny. And then the Instagram's like, oh, you like that? Well, throw my way. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what the fuck? So I'm still trying to figure it out too. And I think it's more important to have a good relationship, human wise,
Yeah.
than like, online and shit, because it's like that's the way I see it, at least, is like it's a tool. You know what I mean? That I use that to show the world what I got going on. And I really don't look for stuff, if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna like, I wonder what Rico has going on.
Hmm.
And then like go and like look on your page and like,
Right.
oh, he has a show. Like, okay, cool. I don't know if people do that, but that's just like I don't really do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like one way you will catch my eye is like maybe like on your stories or like something like that. And even then I don't really see a lot of those either.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But it I do it more cuz like artist to artist is like cool. Like we're talking, you know what I mean?
Right.
With the people, or at least we're not there yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how I use it, at least. Like, hey guys, check this out. By the way, I'm a dad and I make music and I have a podcast and I'm also into some fun dumb
Dumb shit.
shit. Like, hey, check this out. That's funny. You know what I mean?
By the way,
Like,
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
I know. I got Gatorades. But just shit like that where it's like I use it more to like broadcast what I got going on
Hmm.
more than like personal stuff. Like,
Yeah, like this is what I ate for lunch.
yeah, yeah, or um like, hey Rico, I see what you're doing there. It's like, well, I see it. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And maybe I'm busy or maybe I'm like whatever where I don't reach out to you.
Right.
But if we know that we're cool, I don't feel a need to do that. And then it'll get awkward. I'm only telling you this because there's been a few people. Oh no. Ay, me dio miedo.
Sheesh.
Let me hold on, pause. Let me plug this bitch in because um I'm only saying this because it happened with a few artists
Hmm.
that I know, and I'm like, come on, man, like, and I did a post about it a few months ago because I'm like, let's stay focused on the goal, man.
Hmm.
The goal is to help each other out if we need each other. You know what
Right.
I mean? Or if you send me something like, hey, that's another thing too. Like if it's not towards my taste, I'm not gonna. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna
Like.
do it. But there's no ill will towards us. Like I'm a big fan of like constructive criticism.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But if you don't ask for it, I'm not gonna give it to you. But if I don't fucks with it, you know.
Yeah, there's your answer.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm nobody. I'm not who you're targeting. You're targeting them. You're not just you didn't make that track for me.
Pas moi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like oh, and then I'm gonna make sure Rob likes this shit. You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna make sure I put ROB.
yeah, you know what I mean?
I got the name right.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not that. It's like we are searching for an audience. That's what we're searching for. We're not searching for like, hey, what do you think of it? All right, I don't do it to like please fellow artists. I do it to grow an audience, man, and that's where things got a little blurry, I think.
Hmm.
And like no ill will to anybody, but it's just like if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, and keep it moving, man. And things got a little awkward, and but again, I'm rooting for everybody, man. That's
Hmm.
my like mantra. Like I'm rooting for you, man. I'm whatever it is you guys got going on, keep on doing it. If you really like to do it, man. And again, you're just like a big case of inspiration for me. you know, that's when you're like, hey man, I got a project coming out. I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Like, you're still doing it. You're still like, keep at it, man. And I already know like you're gonna be one of my first go tos for the next Energy Fest.
Fuck yeah.
And and then just build. But like, I don't have time, and nor do I want to spend time on like this negativity shit from artist to artist.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like just grow your audience, man. Grow your audience and grow, man. Hopefully you do make something out of this, but don't come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get mad if I put something out tomorrow and I don't see you
Liking
promoting
it.
it. Deja tu liking it, promoting it, and sharing it, and you know,
X, Y, and Z.
yeah, it's
Go.
like I'm not gonna be like, man, I thought me and Rico were cool. It's that's not the game that we're playing. That's why everybody's running in circles, dude. Well, that's what it seems like, at least, you
Right.
know. So like, yeah, let's invite people to the shows, but let's have people there, not artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause I mean, when you end up doing like the shows and everything, and it's just like art like the other artists, and there's like no crowd. Are they, are they bobbing your head just because they have to, or are they actually fucking with the music?
Exactly, dude.
So
That's where things get like, I don't want to say awkward, and like
hairy.
yeah, like, and it's not putting negative stuff out there. It's just like stuff that we notice.
Hmm.
That's like, what is this crowd? Is this a crowd, or are all these guys up to perform? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know from an artist point of view, I'm focused on my shit. I'm not there to consume.
Hmm.
I'm there to
Give out.
give out. You know. So that's it. That's like that main point of that. I don't even know how I started talking about that. Um, but yeah, man, I'm rooting for everybody. Hopefully, everybody makes something out of themselves. I am nobody. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm just
Just Rob.
yeah. I'm just pressing record on shit. you know. But yeah, man. So the end of February, hang up El Rico Suave, right?
Right.
Um, where can they give out your social media?
Um. My Instagram is at Little Rick Big Heart and Little Rick Big Heart.
Yeah,
So you guys can follow me there. Hopefully, I'll have I am gonna have a promo out there soon.
nice.
That way I could get the word out a little bit more, and hopefully or yeah, hopefully everybody likes it. That one I have to really hope for.
Nah, nah, they will, they will. I heard it. I heard most of it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's only like two. No, actually, it's just one song that you haven't heard.
Wow.
So aside from everything, I'm pretty sure you've heard all of
It's yeah. I mean, I saw it multiple times.
it.
So yeah, it's I enjoyed it. Like I said, we looked, and it's not just me. Like all the guys are like, "That's dope, man." Like I like it. And it's gonna be available everywhere.
Everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, the whole nine yards. Everywhere. So there's no excuse.
Yeah, everywhere. It'll be available everywhere. Um, keep an eye out. I highly suggest you follow him so you can find out when he performs, because his shows are so fun, man. His performances are really fun. You're fun. You're energetic. You're energetic, and you aren't afraid of growing. And I think that's part of the fun, because you're just like you give it your all, and it's really fun to see, man. And I appreciate it as an artist. You know what I mean? It's like wow. You just like open up, and I think that's like most of us too. Like we're all reserved, and it's when it's time, it's like
Boom. Yeah.
you know. Um, but yeah, man, guys, stay tuned as far as Energy Fest goes. Rico, I can say, will definitely be on there. We just gotta watch our health, but there's no
But
calling it,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, life will throw you punches, bro. That you.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, but it is what it is. It happens. Shit, I caught it like a week after. But yeah, man, we'll go ahead and close out with that. Your social medias. What else?
Oh, actually, Is it on the 29th? Well, what's next Saturday? Next Saturday is the 29th, right? Or
Uh.
the 28th. On the 28th of January, I'm actually going to be performing.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm going to be part of a Latin showcase,
Okay.
Latino showcase. So if you guys are well, follow me on social media. I'll have a post of it, but it's going to be at the Trophy Room. I think it's what the bar is called.
Do you have the address?
Yeah, I have it on a flyer.
Yeah, I don't know if this will come out. You said on Saturday, right?
Right on Saturday.
Okay, I'll try to see if I could have it out.
Oof, I swear is the stuff at?
The trophy room.
It's on. I think I think the name of the street is like Sims Street.
Okay, okay,
So it's kind of like by McRae, I would say. I think
okay.
if I know my streets correctly, which I probably don't.
By the Isleta central office, right? Isn't that on Sims? No,
I'm not quite sure there.
no. Yeah, but I think I know McCrae and Sims. Yeah, that's by. Well, if you're in that area, you know where that's by McCrae and Sims. The trophy, what?
Yeah, trophy. Okay, I'm so glad. Yeah, trophy room, and that's gonna be 9627 Sims Drive, El Paso, Texas.
Nice, nice. 9627 Sims.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, man, go check him out. I suggest you guys follow him. That way, cause like I said, his promo game is like it's like fucking fine wine. Not too much, not too little. It's just like boom, just right. Um, and yeah, man. With that being said, you gave out your social medias. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We'll wrap this shit up. This is the Puras Pendejadas podcast. I am your host, Rob D. This is El Rico Suave. Oh, how can your SoundCloud?
Yeah. So my SoundCloud is the same El Rico Suave.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Uh,
Yeah, cause
And
that you have stuff on there, right?
right, and you guys are gonna well, you guys will be able to see is you'll be know who it is. Who it is. I mean, I'll actually have an outdated picture of wearing one of my old work uniforms that I took to
Oh
ED
shit.
to what was it? Sun City.
Oh really?
So yeah, so definitely go check out the stuff that I have there. There's some pretty some pretty upbeat songs, some pretty cool stuff. And
Yeah.
I mean, it'll give you a little bit of a taste of where I actually started.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, man, check them out. El Rico Suave. This is Pura Pendejadas podcast. I'm your host, Rob D. This is Rico Suave. And I'll be dropping this shit whenever the fuck I want to, but hopefully before Saturday. All right, later.